This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, authorities made a major drug bust in Schuylkill County, and we have the details. Hi there, and thanks for taking some of your valuable time and spending it with all of us here at FYI. Here comes your local headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Lawmakers in Harrisburg sent a strong message to Governor Tom Wolf last night. The House and Senate both cast veto-proof majorities on a bill that restores funding to schools throughout the Keystone State, including right here in the Hazleton area. The bipartisan action sent a message that lawmakers did not agree with the governor's formula for dispersing $150 million in new basic education funding. State Representative Tara Toohill was pleased with the votes.
This was so important. Right now, I'm absolutely thrilled that this passed, and it was a veto-proof majority. So a huge bipartisan act by the legislature, Democrats, Republicans together, making sure that we release that funding to our schools. Our schools now, our children, the teachers, parents, everyone knows they're in dire need of that funding being released. Last week, unfortunately, the governor did his own funding formula, his own personal funding formula, and it cut $1.1 million out of Hazleton area school district alone and $2.2 million in construction costs. So today, right now, we were able to get back $3.3 million just for Hazleton area school district. So this act, bipartisan, Democrats and Republicans standing together, we were able to restore millions across Luzerne County, millions of dollars for education.
The Senate vote on the school funding measure was 38-11, and in the House it was 149-45. State lawmakers have voted to approve the use of medical marijuana, and the governor is expected to sign the bill into law on Sunday. The measure will allow the use of medical marijuana for patients certified by a doctor for a range of serious medical conditions. Patients will be allowed to take the drug as pills, oils, gels, and liquids, but they cannot smoke it. Governor Tom Wolf says he will sign the legislation into law at a ceremony at the state capitol on Sunday. State police and the Schuylkill County DA's office busted what they call a major drug ring. Weapons, drugs, and cash were seized as part of a drug trafficking operation that officials say operated from coast to coast. Authorities confiscated more than 9 pounds of methamphetamines, large amounts of cash, and an arsenal of weapons that included a grenade launcher attachment and pipe bombs. 7 people have been arrested, and there are 3 additional active arrest warrants and 3 others wanted on lesser charges. According to state police, those charged arranged for the delivery of the drugs from people in San Diego, California. District Attorney Christine Holman called the announcement of the arrest, quote, a great day and proud day for Schuylkill County, unquote. Fire damaged a double-block home last night in West Hazleton. Crews responded just before 8:30 last night to 625 Harvey Street for a reported stove fire. Firefighters found heavy fire in the kitchen and pantry. Both sides of the double home sustained extensive smoke and water damage. Someone vandalized the softball field at Tamaqua Area High School. This was the result of someone driving a vehicle on the field. It happened between 7:45 p.m. Tuesday and 8 a.m. on Wednesday. To repair the field, workers had to fill in the ruts with topsoil and replant the grass. School officials are investigating and expect that the police will become involved as well. Traffic resumed yesterday on the Gold Star Bridge on Route 924 at the southern side of Shenandoah. Construction workers installed a steel plate to cover a hole discovered Monday on the bridge deck. The bridge is on the state's replacement project list and should be completed in early fall. Many nonprofit organizations will set up shop this Saturday at the Laurel Mall. Lisa Sugart has the details on how you can help them.
Spring is in the air, and that means it's time for the Spring Community Carnival here at the Laurel Mall. To get all the details, I'm pleased to welcome back Rocco Aruzzo, the Marketing and Business Development Manager here at the mall. Busy time at the mall. A lot of people coming out for the Spring Carnival.
Yeah, you're right. This has been a crazy month for the Laurel Mall, and a little busy with the announcements and everything else. But yeah, on the 16th of April, we have one day. It's a Saturday, our Spring Community Carnival, where all the nonprofits come out and they have their merchandise and information. They sell things, a lot of good food. I know that for sure. So we're excited to have them back for our spring carnival.
This is important to the community because they count on a lot of donations and dollars. So by doing this fundraising, this provides a lot of money to keep those organizations going.
Yeah, you're right, Lisa, it does. It is a good fundraiser for the churches, the community, a lot of the nonprofit organizations that come out, and it really is a tremendous help. We do it in the spring, and then we also come back and they do it in the fall. So it is a good money maker, and it does help the community, and it helps the nonprofits out very much.
Now, the Community Carnival, not the only thing happening. What else?
Oh my God, we have the Standard Speaker Books sale, which is April 21st to the 24th. They'll be in the store next to Wax and Wood across from Gertrude Hawk Candies. That's a huge used book sale, and they're here every year, and it gets bigger and bigger. So we only have 2 empty stores, and believe it or not, one of the largest ones we had to give them this year because that's how many books and donations we've gotten so far.
Wow, I know that's popular. I've come up to it, and a lot of people, you have to get here early to get the best pick.
Yeah, you do for those 3 or 4 days that they have it if you come early, because I'm surprised that when I see it, how quickly the books get bought out and people come in and you know, they have a wide variety. So it's huge, and it's good for the community again and for the Standard Speaker.
Our media partner, so we're glad to see that doing so well. And anything else happening?
Yeah, American Red Cross, again, they'll be here on April 15th, Friday. They'll be next to Cafe Europa in our Christopher and Banks location with their monthly blood drive. And it's been becoming pretty popular at the Laurel Mall. They tell me now they just left in April, and it has been good for the month of April, and they need blood so badly. So we really push it every month for them to come out and get their blood donations.
A lot happening at the Laurel Mall, and you're doing a lot for the community at the Laurel Mall, but we need your support, so please come on out and support all these great events. And don't forget, the Community Carnival, always a great time.
Thank you, Lisa. While I was shooting the books, while they were setting up the book sale, I found 6 I already wanted. There's a lot of great titles, so make sure you get out there. Well, coming up next on FYI, we continue our local history segments and discuss John F. Kennedy's visit to the area while he was campaigning for president. And later in sports, I'll let everyone know where 2 MMI athletes will be pitching in college.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
I always wanted to be a history teacher, and I think this is as close as I'm going to get introducing our local history segments on FYI. So everyone grab your notebooks and pay attention, or you'll get detention. You'll have to watch Out of Left Field with my commentary for 3 hours. Here's Lisa Shugart and Charles McElwee of the Greater Hazleton Historical Society talking about our area's role in presidential elections in the past and the present.
And I remember growing up hearing the stories and seeing photos of how they said JFK was right here in Hazleton, right up on the corner of this block in front of the former Altamont Hotel. So that's what you want to talk about today.
That's correct. Kennedy visited Hazleton just days before the election, and he made a last-minute marathon run across eastern Pennsylvania and northeastern Pennsylvania. He visited Pottsville, McAdoo, and he also made a stop at the corner of Broad and Church on the Friday afternoon before the election, or in October before the election in downtown Hazleton before the Altamont. And the reason he made that stop was attracting Democratic votes in a place like Hazleton was critical. Hazleton had a much larger population at the time, and demographically they were in alignment with Kennedy voters. They were New Deal inheritors. They were Irish. Many were Irish, many were Catholic and Democrat like Kennedy. And so people in Hazleton viewed Kennedy as one of them. So Kennedy and his 12-car motorcade came to Hazleton. They were an hour late. Kennedy spoke before a crowd of 12,000 people. He was just overwhelmed by the presence. And for 9 minutes, he gave a speech that has left an indelible mark, certainly for the baby boomers who are around Hazleton, and many of whom were at downtown at the time.
Now, back then, Pennsylvania was worth more in electoral votes than it is now.
That's correct. At the time, Pennsylvania had 32 electoral college votes compared to 20 today. Pennsylvania was a very important state to win for any presidential candidate. And for that year, Pennsylvania, which had been reliably Republican in previous elections, was on the precipice of going Democrat. And the state was not guaranteed for Nixon that year. And to give a comparison of how important Luzerne County was at the time, in 1960, Luzerne County still had a larger population than Bucks County, which subsequently became a very critical campaign stop for presidential candidates up until Mitt Romney in 2012. He stopped there right before the race that year. But to give perspective, in 1950, Luzerne County had almost 400,000 people compared to Bucks County, which had 150,000. So Bucks doubled in size in a decade, but it didn't change the perception among many voters, including Hazleton at the time, that Bucks County was in many ways like Lancaster, agrarian, rural, really a backwater area. Well, that certainly changed in decades thereafter, but Luzerne County remained a very important stop for presidential candidates, including Kennedy.
As we wrap up here today, one last question. What kind of a role do you think we're going to play this time around?
It will be interesting to see because we have two members of Congress who just endorsed Donald Trump in the presidential race on the Republican side with Congressman Marino and Congressman Barletta. Perhaps Trump will make a campaign stop. That will remain to be seen. But certainly, this area will play a critical role in the race, and just recently, USA Today ran a story on the critical role that a region like northeastern Pennsylvania could play in the presidential race, because it's a region that is traditionally Democrat, traditionally very pro-labor, but ideologically fairly conservative. And as a result, that could prove a challenge for Hillary in places like Luzerne County in the general election if Trump or another Republican candidate ends up being the nominee.
Interesting stuff. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. The bottom line, get out and vote, and then we'll see how it plays out right here on SSPTV.
And after you vote, remember to tune into SSPTV, as we will once again provide the area's most comprehensive election night coverage for the April 26th primary election. Don't miss the area's most experienced team on the air. The live coverage begins at 8 p.m. on primary election night, April 26th. Well, tonight on FYI, we have another chance for one lucky viewer to win tickets to see the B Street Band, the original Springsteen tribute band, at the Wiltsey Center at the historic castle in Hazleton. The performance is next Saturday, April 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Call us now at 570-459-9813, extension 104. Leave us your full name and phone number, and we will draw one lucky viewer's name at random to win a pair of tickets to see the B Street Band on April 23rd at the Wiltsey Center. For more information on the concert, go to wiltseycenter.org.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Mother Nature has put our weather on cruise control for the next 4 days in the Hazleton area. Look at those beautiful blue skies in downtown Hazleton. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be clear with a low of 31 degrees. We'll have a light and variable wind becoming east around 6 miles per hour after midnight. On the 4-day outlook, Friday, sunny with a high near 60 degrees with an east wind from 3 to 5 miles per hour. Friday night will be clear and cool with a low of 33 degrees. On Saturday, we're back up in the 60s and another sunny day. Saturday night, once again clear with a low around 39 degrees. For our Sunday, sunny with a high near 66. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low of 45 degrees. And then on Monday, it looks beautiful, mostly sunny with a high near 67 degrees. On Monday night, we'll have mostly cloudy skies with a low of 40 degrees. It's always green on the green screen. It's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. I have no idea what that meant. Pick 2, 76, pick 3, 791, pick 4, 5948, pick 5, 82564.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Did you know the second M in MMI stands for mechanical? And did you know that refers to pitching mechanics? I made that up. Charles McAwee from the Greater Hazleton Historical Society would yell at me, but I'm trying to make a point that the school is turning out some great pitchers, and 2 of them will be playing in college next year. Ed Herbiner will pitch at the Division II level for Bloomsburg University, a standout on the basketball and baseball teams for MMI. Herbiner says he started to fall more in love with baseball over the past few years. The Preppers won a District II title in baseball in 2014, and in basketball they were runners-up in 2014 and 15. It was a much different landscape at MMI when Herbiner first showed up.
When I first came here at MMI, my first year in baseball and basketball wasn't the prettiest. We struggled a little bit, but we all worked hard, and we had a lot of older guys who kind of led the way that helped myself and some of the other players get better, and that kind of led us to more success.
What kind are you working on your senior year?
I'm just looking to get better at everything. So I've been working with Justin Gutsy over at Gutsy Sports Facility, and then also I've been working out with Jimmy Lapuka at Cutting Edge. So both of those guys really helped me with Justin with my mechanics and Jimmy with getting stronger, which helped me get more velocity on my ball, and better mechanics helped me with my off-speed pitches.
Last thing, what did Bloom like about you?
I think they liked I worked ahead in counts, and I threw a lot of strikes, and I also had good velocity, and my curveball and my changeup were both really good when I went there. So I think they liked that I had 2 other pitches that I could throw for strikes also.
And softball pitcher Desiree Dinko will also be a college athlete, and she's going to Immaculata University. I'm working on a full feature story about her next week. You'll see that here on FYI with that MMI pitcher. Pitches for the softball team. Herbener, by the way, wants to major in finance at Bloomsburg. Let's see how MMI did against Shenandoah Valley in non-league game. This is the FYI Standard Speaker Scoreboard. The Preppers, they lost to Shenandoah Valley Marian Catholic. They put up 13 runs against Monoy area. Colin Stauffer went the distance for the Big HA as the Cougars blanked Coughlin 6-0. Monoy area beat Marian as their starting pitcher, Emily Bruce, struck out 10 in softball. Tamaqua put up 19 on Panther Valley. The Penn State Hazelton softball team swept Penn State Schuylkill. Samantha Varela, Hazelton area grad, stayed hot at the plate. She had a 2-run home run in the 6th inning of game number 2. On the track and field, Hazelton area swept Berwick, and the boys, they got 2 victories from Michael Casadas in the 100 and 400. Matt Hauser won both hurdles events, and Joe Grula won the long jump and high jump. For the girls, Kendra File won the long jump and high jump and was second in the pole vault. The Tamaqua girls beat Lee Heighton, and Monica Shimko was part of 4 victories for the Lady Raiders. She won the 200, 400, and was on the winning 1600 and 3200 relay teams. Morgan Boyle won the 100 and pole vault and the javelin, and Allison Pedersen took the shot put and discus, and Alexis Baddock won the long jump and triple jump. The Tamaqua boys lost. The Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders are coming home on a 3-game winning streak after sweeping the Pawtucket Red Sox. North Schuylkill's girls basketball coach John Rizzo has stepped down. Rizzo lives in Pine Grove and says he is leaving for family reasons so he could spend more time with his 2 young sons. He was 94 and 32 as the Lady Spartans coach and led them to a Schuylkill League title in his 5 seasons. North Schuylkill Athletic Director Jim Gross says Rizzo put a kickstart back into the program and gave it new life. Rizzo is a North Schuylkill grad and says he's a Spartan for life. That's sports for this Thursday, my friends. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th-pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Hey everyone, here's tonight's social report. Happy birthday goes out to Nicole Marquez. Love from your family and friends. Happy birthday, Nikki. Also in tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Actors Guild of Schuylkill County presents Willy Wonka Jr. at the Simon Kramer Theater, Friday, May 13th at 7, Saturday, May 14th at 7, and Sunday, May 15th at 2 p.m. Adults are $15, kids 12 and under are $10, and 3 and under are free. For tickets, go to agosc.org or call 570-617-2720. If you'd like to have your birthday, anniversary, or special event on FYI News 13, call us at 570-455-7267, extension 120, or email us at ssp@ssptv.com. That's tonight's Social and Talk of the Town reports. FYI News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Jenny Havrilla of Tresco. The funeral will be held Friday at 11:30 a.m. at the Damiano Funeral Home. Burial will be held at 12 p.m. at St. Michael's BC Church. Interment will follow at St. Gabriel's Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 to 11:30. And Blaze Manzak of Penn Lake. The funeral with military honors will be held Friday at 5:30 p.m. at the Lehman Family Funeral Services. Interment is private. Visitation will be Friday at 4 p.m. until the time of service. Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on Channel 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is Amy McDonald of Ashland. Amy, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104 to win your free movie.
It seems like everyone in America last night was a basketball fan. The Golden State Warriors won their 73rd regular season game, setting an NBA record, and Kobe Bryant played his final NBA game. Bryant scored 60 points in his finale, a win over the Utah Jazz. There were plenty of tweets about the excitement, including one from President Barack Obama that included a GIF of himself and Stephen Curry of the Warriors. Well, that will do it for tonight on FYI. A lot of posts of Kobe Bryant when he played Hazleton area as well. A lot of the highlights from that game on Facebook. Take it easy, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.